everyone, today we are going to be analysing the Eggstravaganza 2020 trailer. We are going to be going over all the little tidbits inside the trailer, what happens in the trailer, and we are going to be analysing every single bit, and we're going to break it all down because to the naked eye, when you watch it for the first time, it's hard to make out what exactly is going on in this trailer. And if you're unaware of things like monstrous, the alphabet that monsters use inside My Singing Monsters, you're going to have a bit of trouble trying to break down what exactly is going on in this trailer. So let's go straight into it. So at the start, we see Blabbit trying to piece together evidence that previously emerged on Following the Trail previously. Now, Following the Trail was a series that was uploaded last year. It was a two-part series. The Glubbers weren't exactly explored back then. We didn't know exactly what had become of the Glubbers, and Blabbit, in this case, does not know what exactly a Glubber is or what exactly a Glubber looks like, where they are. So Blabbit's taking a bit of initiative here, and they're going to try and find out what the Glubber is, and they're watching footage to find out this. You can see that Blabbit's been trying to look what exactly a Glubber is because of circled Glubbers inside their book. If you're unaware what a Glubber are basically creatures that inhabit the sea, and the only one that we know so far is the one underneath Party Island in Dawn of Fire. It's underneath and it has coral and starfish on top of it. Now, obviously we don't know what exactly they look like now, but they're bound to look very similar, so this is an example of what a Glubber can look like. What is in the book besides the red circling of the Glubber does not matter. It doesn't have any relevance in this context. It's just a bit of babble really at this point. It was important when we were exploring the lore behind the Glubbers, but now we know what they are, it isn't really relevant. Then Blabbit proceeds to replay the end of the video, which states, "Hey, what was that?" So Blabbit is trying to work out what exactly that is, and I think Blabbit's gone a bit crazy at this point, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Anyway, they seem to get a bit fed up of what exactly is going on, so they look at Magpie's foot, and then they decide that perhaps they should discover what this foot is from. So then they follow along Water Island a trail that eventually leads to Magpie. Now, they do get interrupted on the way, and Blabbit gets in the way of Epic Blabbit's photo shoots that Rare Blabbit is taking, unfortunately. But anyway, as we've said before, Blabbit then proceeds to find Magpie. They lift up their magnifying glass that they were using to find the footprints, and then they find, lo and behold, Magpie, who is immensely zoomed in due to the magnifying glass, which is quite funny. And it's a joke that is used throughout this trailer, which is really funny, I thought, when I was originally watching it. Blabbit then continues to ask Magpie what exactly a Glubber is. However, Magpie looks very confused and thinks Blabbit's probably a bit crazy, to be honest, but going from the expression, then Blabbit proceeds to get a bit upset from this. Magpie, however, does perhaps try and help Blabbit in some way, as they are shown to then look into a loudspeaker, and they're trying to find perhaps the voice of what a Glubber may sound like. Now, we know that Glubbers don't talk if we're going off Dawn of Fire, but Magpie is perhaps just trying to help Blabbit out here, but instead of finding a Glubber or anything similar of the sort, they find a wordo, and it is in the same tune, this wordo, to Water Island. So this is presumably the wordo that is going to be coming to Water Island, obviously. I mean, this is the Eggstravaganza trailer. And this voice is actually Paul Cerna. When I was originally watching this, I was really confused because I thought it was Paul Cerna. If you watch my reaction, I was just a bit starstruck at that moment. I was like, what? But I thought it couldn't be Paul Cerna in my reaction because we'd already had Paul Cerna. It wouldn't make sense. Anyway, I'm not going to theorize in this video because I would like to save it for another video. And I want this to be just analysis rather than theories, and trust me, we will be coming to all of the theories that I have later, but I don't want to include that in this video, if you understand. I feel like it's going to be long enough just going over everything in this trailer, and I just want to break it all down. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, then Magpie Shadow is shown to go down, and Blabbit proceeds with their quest to find what exactly a Glubber is. Blabbit finds an ink patch then, and tries to eat the ink, which isn't really the best of ideas, but I guess Blabbit is just trying to do it to see if it might help, see if they recognize the taste, whether it's something recognizable which may help them on their quest, and whether it might just lead them into another loop again, like watching the trailer over and over again to no avail and finding no answers. Oh, Blabbit doesn't really like this taste. Not that this is relevant, but I were a bit weirded out by the fact that Blabbit did this, so I felt like we needed a bit of explanation why Blabbit would actually taste ink. Blabbit then proceeds to follow the other ink patches that are trailing along, besides the ink patch that Blabbit tasted, and they move along and they actually hop on top of an obstacle. One of the obstacles available for Eggstravaganza on Water Island. Now, when they hop on top of this, the obstacle actually moves, so that indicates that it's alive. No, I did not expect obstacles to be alive whatsoever, so perhaps this is something interesting that will be developed on later in the lore. It's an interesting tidbit to say nevertheless. After Blabbit hops on top of the Easter obstacle, we see Blabbit then finding a fishbowl-like creature that just for this video, we are going to name Fishy. Seeing as though they have no name and I don't want to continue just calling them a fish-like creature. So it's hard to make out what happens from here because none of them are actually speaking English. However, we can roughly make out what happens, so I'm going to try my best. If you have any other takes on what is happening in the trailer, let me know down below. Although I do believe what I am going to say is mostly or in maybe all correct, maybe. I am going to say that if you guys have other ideas, make sure to comment them down below so other people can see. Anyway, Fishy then talks to Blabbit and mentions how they do not know anything about the Glubber, presumably, which makes Blabbit upset. We can make this out because Blabbit is pointing to the red circling of Glubber on their little piece of paper if you take a look with their ear. And we also know this just because of the fact that literally the entire video has been about Blabbit trying to find this Glubber. Before Blabbit does get upset, we are shown to Fishy going up to a camera though. It's hard to make out what exactly happens with this camera exactly. However, I would say it's something like Fishy saying, I don't know anything about the Glubber, and going on about a camera they discovered on Water Island. I feel like that it would be the case in this case. I think it's just a camera that they discovered and something that they're talking to Blabbit about because it's sort of flashback it looks like to me. I think that this camera is alluding to what devices the monster handlers may use in their efforts to monitor the monster world in their efforts to finding new species. I think this is the case. Perhaps this camera is similar to something that is used for us when we are viewing our games. Honestly, who knows? After Blabbit gets upset, however, Fishy then persuades Blabbit that they may still be able to find whatever Blabbit is looking for, and then the image zooms out to the television at the start, but there are now new notes scattered around the television, and it is clear that some other things have changed from the beginning. An unknown monster is presumably watching the trailer unfold right before our eyes. God knows who this monster could be, because there's absolutely no saying, there's no shadow, there's nothing hinting at it, so I'm not going to go into detail into what the monster could be, because there's literally no way of knowing. It could even not be a monster, it could be something else entirely, who knows? Now, there's a lot to unpack here, so let's start. First, you can see that all of the island skin critters are noted in blue pen around the screen. This shows that Fishy is indeed the Water Island skin critter. There is no denying that. Fishy is shown as a little doodle besides the other island skin critters. So Fishy is the Water Island skin critter. There's no denying it from this evidence. It would be very odd for him not to be a critter when they are drawn in the same way as the other island skin critters, and they're all drawn in the same pen, so it makes sense that Fishy is indeed the Water Island skin critter. Critters are essentially the little monsters you can see, well, not really monsters, just little animals and monsters kinda that you can see around islands. Like on Plant Island, you can see a bird that flaps around, or on Water Island, you can see a jellyfish. And going from the jellyfish, it would make sense for the Water Island skin to have something associated with a jellyfish, or something that has a design that is similar to a jellyfish. And Fishy suits that purpose rather well. Up above Fishy, there is a drawing of Water Island with extra doodles, which presumably hints at what the Water Island skin may look like. Now, this skin looks looks immensely similar to Fishy's actual design. It looks like it's based around Fishy, which is interesting. Up above the television in Monstrous, it reads Glubber Lagoon, which is likely the name of something that is coming soon. Likely the island skin, but I'm not going to theorize on what exactly it could be because, again, this is an analysis video, not a theory video. Blabbit appears to have made an error above lagoon also, and has put reef, but then has crossed it out after it being presumably incorrect. So this could mean that it was previously meant to be called Glubber Reef rather than Glubber Lagoon, but it looks like Glubber Lagoon has been favoured and is the actual name behind whatever this is. Around the television there are also just generic images too, like Epic Blabbit with sponge. Below the island critter there is a symbol that is used to represent island skins in the game, indicating that all of this has something to do with an island skin. All of the notifications for island skins have the brush-like object that is shown below the critter. There is not really much else to pick up on besides what I've mentioned that is really relevant to the actual going-ons of the trailer and what it's trying to hint at, but I'm going to go over it nevertheless. As we have seen with the Eggstravaganza trailers, they did hint at upcoming things in the actual trailer for literally a year in advance, so that could mean that perhaps in this trailer there could be things that are hinting at what may come a year from now for Eggstravaganza, which is pretty weird if you think about it. But anyway, let's delve into what exactly else there is. First, there is a Sing organization symbol shown to the right of the screen. If we look back at the previous Easter My Singing Monsters trailer, we can see this symbol more clearly. It says a strange investigation of something. I really can't make out the last two words. Let me know in the comments if you can make out the last two words for this secret organization. I doubt this has much relevance to new content, however, so we're just going to skip over that now. And there's not really much else to say, so we are going to have to skip over it. We can also see a tape cassette underneath the television too that reads the trailer name Eggstravaganza 2020, and we can see another cassette to the side that reads Water Island Vocals, hinting at the upcoming Wordo coming to Water Island. As we know, with all the natural islands, 2 Wordos come to each natural island. Whilst this trailer is being watched back, clearly the monster or thing watching this trailer is from a time when the other Water Island vocalist is around. And that is all, guys. That is everything that I was able to break down from this trailer. There was a huge amount of things there to unpack, but I think we did a really good job there, and I think I broke down pretty much everything inside the trailer. Now, I didn't theorize on anything, and as I noted before, I am going to make a theory video or theory videos. I'm unsure what exactly that will look like, but stay tuned for that. I didn't really want to include theories inside an analysis video. I wanted this to be factual and to the point, and I wanted my theory videos to be a bit of my own opinion as usual, but I didn't want to put my opinion in here because this is an analysis and I wanted to do an analysis, and I couldn't really do that with putting theories in as well, and this video would have lasted a huge amount of time, so I hope you understand my decision. Anyway, stay tuned for the video or videos theorizing what exactly all of this could mean. I will see you all later, guys. Make sure to let me know if you can work out the secret organization name, what exactly you think is going to happen, what you would like to happen from the trailer, and everything you would love to have for Eggstravaganza in 2020. I will see you all later, guys, in the next video. Bye, guys.